All right, so I have just stepped in the property and you walk in the front door and you have this nice big coat closet right here. So lots of space in there. They've got games, coats, shoes. It is a great size. So I think this is similar to the one we looked at in here before, just kind of the mirror. So we have this beautiful bay window there, excuse me. These are pretty good sized couches. Like this is not a tiny living room. You know, you do have to save space to get through it as far as that goes, but it is not a tiny living room. So they have space for the piano, the couches, the TV, this right here, and there's plenty of space here. So like this is a huge cabinet. Um, so that gives you an idea. Like this is a very large table. This is a nice dining space here. This, this is great. It's not as small as I thought it might be from the photos. So you have newer windows in here. That's a newer door. Here's the kitchen. All right, so the kitchen walks out to the deck, which is nice. And then we have nice white cabinets here. Yeah, these are pretty good. These are not the original cabinets. They were not painted. They are the like factory white cabinets. So we have a wall oven with a warming drawer, fridge, and you could upgrade the fridge as you went and maybe the oven over the years, but they probably work fine. They match the cabinets. Actually, they look totally fine. It doesn't look bad. And then here, with the cooktop. Okay, so these are not drawers, but you do have the doors down here, exhaust. Here's this. Now I don't see if it might go through the wall, but this might just recirculate. Depending on how this cabinet was built, it's hard to tell. Sometimes the exhaust will vent outside from behind there, and then sometimes it won't. So that's something the inspector would check for you. But these are a granite countertop. And then you have this kind of additional area over here, which is cool. So, you could use that for a lot of different things. But it's not a huge kitchen, but it's not a small kitchen. This is like the normal kind of 10 by 10 kitchen, I would say. So it's a pretty good sized kitchen. You would definitely be able to prepare food. So walking down the hallway here's the basement. And then here's the hallway bath. So this is kind of like the Korean kind of molded one. It looks really nice, beautiful vanity there. So shower here, and it's been retiled in this century. Look at that. So very nice. Towel bar. Yeah, so there is a fan somewhere. I hear it. Oh, it might be inside the light. Well, that's interesting. Okay. That's not what they look like, if you buy them now, but I can hear the fan inside the light. So that's pretty cool. And they're on separate switches, it looks like. So there's like a radio on. Beautiful linen closet. So we've got it used here as like kind of additional pantry storage, medicine cabinet, and then linens over here. But this is a very large linen closet. So you could put a lot of overflow stuff in there. This first bedroom here does have an overhead light with a fan, which is nice. We have some cabinets, beautiful wallpaper. That's really pretty. The floor is in really good shape. I will say, yeah, the floor is in lovely shape. So over here, we have a closet. Yeah, sorry, I paused for a second. Yeah, we have a closet. And then up here, this is usually additional storage in here. Oh, goodness. So that's what I get. All right, there we go. So you have some additional storage up there. I mean, you'd want to get a step stool probably. It's not super, it's pretty high up, but you can, use it. And then we'll do the primary last. Here's the other bedroom upstairs. So similar closet with the kind of the two levels there. And then nice size room here. It's beautiful with the two windows on both sides. So this is a queen size bed. So you can tell that there's a lot of space in this room. So, I mean, I don't know that you'd put a king size in here for a kid, but there's plenty of room for a kid. Two kids could share this room if you wanted them to. This one is a little smaller than that one. So, and then here we have this here. So we have the larger closet, which is big in it with the upper storage there. This is big furniture in here. So there's plenty of room for, things. If you had a bedroom suite, this is also a queen size bed, but there's plenty of room for a king if you wanted to have a king there. Lovely windows here. You get two of those windows, two windows there. Windows are in good shape. Screens are in good shape. Beautiful window here. So primary bathroom, it's not tiny, okay? It's not huge and luxurious, but it's not tiny. Same cabinet. I love that color of wood. And you could upgrade that. Like there are certain little things that you can do, and that light fixture, and then this bathroom would look totally different. So there are little things that you can do. But tile looks good. Let's see. Grout looks good. It's been recaulked recently, so that's good. That shows things like that show like care of ownership. This could use a new line of caulk down here. That's just part of owning a house is you have to caulk the shower. So, ooh, I like this song. All right. So that's cute for the air return. We will head downstairs now and see what we see down there. Okay, so 2 light switches. So wood stairs down here. These are wide. These are wider than some of the other houses we looked at. This feels like a normal staircase, not like a basement staircase. Down here, we have a full bathroom with a fan. So, and there's a light in the shower there. So let's take a peek. Okay, it's cute. It's cute. So we haven't put, flowers on tiles for a while. So it's probably tiled a little while ago, but it's in good shape. It's clean. This would be great, guest space, teenage boy space. Toilet here. Oh, it's a pretty toilet. Let's see. Oh, the 3-way switch on the fan is trippy. Okay, so here we have, some pretty things. So cute little pedestal sink, right? But you do have room for little storage here. And then so we walked down the basement, and then we kind of just came this way. So we'll start this way, and then there's actually a fair amount of space down here. All right, so down here, sorry, I'm looking for the light switch, but I wonder if I came in the wrong way, if the light switch is over here. All right, it is. So we're twisted around. Forgive me. Here is the light switch here. And this is missing a light bulb, and so is that. So they may have it dim on purpose. Otherwise, you could replace these light fixtures with $20 ones on Amazon. And I would show you how to do it if you need help. It's very simple. So here we go. Closet. Nice closet with kind of built-in storage. Hangers here. Yeah, this is nice down here. Okay. So this is painted paneling, but it's painted well. It was painted recently. It's kind of like a little bit of a warm gray. So lots of storage in there. This is obviously, an older teenager's bedroom, probably. So we have a lot of space here. That is a fire escape window. So this is a legal bedroom, and it's huge. There's a lot of space down here. So, maybe you had 2 boys down here sharing this room and then this bathroom, and maybe, 2 boys having their own room upstairs, or however that worked for you. But then, you've got the kids kind of spread out between the bathrooms, which is helpful when they all need to take a shower. So here we have this really big rec room down here. So this is nice. Okay. So this basement is big. We have this area down here, and now you could convert this into a bedroom later if you wanted to by putting up a wall right here. If you put up a wall right where I'm standing, this would be another bedroom. So that is something that you could do later on. It reduces the amount of rec room space you have, obviously, but this would be very easy to convert into a bedroom if you wanted to. So yeah, big space down here. That's a huge TV because there's enough width here. This is not like 11 feet wide like some of them are. There's enough width to get a big couch. You could easily get a nice sectional down here. Maybe you put the pool table here. I don't know. So we'd have to figure out that. But there is also this other kind of random space over here. So honestly, this would be big enough for a pool table. You'd put it right here. All right. So they have this as a workout space, which is really nice. So, okay, inside here we have a closet under the stairs. So kind of smaller storage here, odds and ends, step stool, extra light bulbs, paint, things like that. And then, okay. So here, okay. Okay. So here we have washer dryer. This is the exit that will go outside. So there is room for shelving here, utility sink. You got the shelf. You could put cabinets up there if you wanted to one day. They maybe had this in the kitchen for a little while. That kitchen had some workspace, but this is kind of what I mean by a tasking island. Like that's one you could put in that one in Burke, and then this would be your workspace. So, and it wheels out of the way, which honestly, that is great. So lots of width here for storage. Big, like these are huge shelves. So there's a lot of storage in this one, more than I would have thought. Oh, fridge. Okay, well, it works. So that's good. So, okay, here we go. So this looks old. Like this looks really old. Now, parts of it may have been replaced. I don't know. They did also make things better back in the day. Um, yeah, I don't know. So this can be really old. Like this literally says 1980. I I can't imagine it's actually from 1980, but I mean, it might be. This is a whole house humidifier, which is really nice in the winter with forced air. That I have one of these in my house and it does not look like that. So, storage back here. This is nice. They have kind of random things, but like that's a good, you could stack a lot of totes back there. Just you label them, you could just pull them out. Big shelving down here. Okay, so there is more storage in here than I would have guessed. So is it enough for you? I don't know. That's up to you. But if you don't have a ton of stuff, you just have like a normal amount of stuff, this would be like I could fit everything that we have in the garage in here very easily. I could probably fit it twice. So it depends on how much stuff you have, right? We have like a medium amount of stuff, I would say, not like a maximum amount of stuff. So, and no judgment if you have a maximum amount of stuff. I'm just throwing it out there. So, okay, yeah. So then in the basement, you come down the stairs and then you have this kind of like, this would have to be where the pool table went, right? Or a workout room. And then you have that rec room there, which was large. And then you have a full bathroom and then a bedroom down here. So that's the fourth bedroom. Nice closet down here. This is a big closet. And if you didn't need it for hanging stuff, you could, stack things in it. This is also a closet. Let's check it out. So yeah. So big closet, like see, like those are those big Home Depot totes, right? And like you could definitely fit a ton of them in here. This one has some more built-in shelves. Yeah, okay, great storage. So the trade-offs are the busy road, and well, and then it's only 4 bedrooms. Ideally you guys would probably have 5. But you know, I would say as far as trade-offs go, this one's a lot cheaper. So, and you could spend that extra money to kind of make it your own. Yeah, great space down here. I'm just going to turn this light off. But this would be a great room for 2 boys to share or your older son. So great. Yeah, great space down here. And then we'll just find our way out. So the bathroom, right? Like you can paint tiles. I'm telling you, we could paint the tiles. It's not a big deal. Like that is not a reason to not buy a house. So, oh, what's this? Okay, so plumbing access. All right, so then we'll head back upstairs. Okay, and out the front door.